Welcome to King Talk, man. What's going on, Coach Shaq?
What's going on, big dog?
Ricky Rose, Trey, we miss you, man. 2021, we setting goals. We knocking goals down. We knocking goals down. Okay,
Hey,
okay. Yeah, hey. Say, man, we planning. We planning. We want it to be your best year. We already done spoken to the universe. We spoken to God that it's going to be our best year ever. I know I want to start it off with talking about how to find your purpose. So I'm gonna give you some of the things that I use to find my purpose, and I'm gonna allow the other guys to talk about what they feel like they want to talk about in 2021 or things that they're doing. My 2021 is gonna be simply how can I be a better person, and I know that's also linked to my purpose. So within finding my purpose, man, I really had to talk to God. I had to slow down everything. I had to get quiet. I had to pray, and I had to get on one accord with my soon to be wife and understand that we got to have one mind. I can't have my objective and she have her objective because the house divided gonna fall. So I had to take time out to really set, like when I started this progression, she wasn't on board with it, but man, I started praying. I started praying more. Started praying more. And lo and behold, she was like, babe, like, yeah, let's do it. I see that's best for the family. Man, I didn't have to beat her over the head. I didn't have to tell her she inadequate. She don't know what she talking about. I didn't have to disrespect her. I just continually prayed. She seen me praying. You know what I'm saying? Before I get in bed, I'm dropping down on my knees. She seen it in the morning. She seen me on my knees praying, giving God the praise, giving God the glory. So lo and behold, man, God changes. When I say prayer changes, it changes. So when my purpose got aligned with her, everything else just fall into place. Now I got my point guard. You know what I'm saying? I got my Kobe. She Kobe, I'm Shaq. You know what I'm saying? So we can take on the world now. But you know what? Before I get into telling people what I'm doing to find my purpose, I'm gonna let these other guys call Coach Shaq, man. What you got? Something you want to tell people?
Man, I think you're hitting it right on the head. Like, finding your purpose is all about, spending a little bit of time by yourself.
Yes,
You
sir.
gotta get to know yourself before you can, really set goals.
Yes, sir.
Because if you're not don't have an intimate relationship with yourself and God, like you don't have that connection, you don't have that relationship, so you don't even know what you're talking about or who you're talking to. You know what I'm saying? So you really have to find it within yourself.
Yes, sir.
And get by yourself so you can hear yourself think. So if you can't hear yourself thinking, you can't bounce these ideas off of you. You don't even know if it's something that you really want to do.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's where you see people just jumping out there and doing things because they bouncing ideas off of other people and other people are spitting what they think about it back on them when they haven't even spent enough time by themselves to kind of figure out what they really want to do. And so that's what I had to do when I was in the oil field, man. That's what I was doing. I was just spending a lot of time by myself. And I was creating these ideas of what I thought I wanted to do. And before I started like really betting on myself, I was spending time by myself trying to rank up in company, within the company.
Yeah.
And every time I got there, but it was important because I learned how to set goals and them being my goals. I didn't even tell nobody.
Yeah.
So I was really working on myself, taking classes behind the scenes and completing stuff. And I learned how to execute on my own. But lo and behold, this is when I found out a little bit about myself.
Yeah.
I was really executing on my own.
Yep.
And I was figuring things out. And then when I got there and I completed the goal, then I got to see if I really wanted it.
Oh, I like that.
I got to be there and I got to see what it felt like to live the life that I thought I wanted. And then I realized that I didn't want that. And then I created another goal and I went after that. Then I figured out when I got there, I didn't want that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I had to go get it for myself and I had to spend that time for myself because the things that I thought that I wanted, I really didn't know what it was until I got there.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so when you got there, when you accomplished your goal and you got there, what made you say, you know what, I didn't want, like, what was you chasing to get you to go there?
I was chasing what I felt like was success.
Okay.
And this is what you have to really realize. You have to define your own success. I was chasing other people's vision of success.
Yeah.
I was chasing, seeing somebody walk on that had a higher rank, that made more money, that, you know what I'm saying, that had a life that I seen, and I really didn't know what it felt like. I knew what it looked like,
yes, sir.
but I didn't know what it felt like to actually live that life. And so I was like seeing these people. I'm like, hey, what do you do? How do you do that? You know what I'm saying? Tell me the steps to get there, tangible steps. I take the time. They give me the steps. I follow it, and I get there, and I'm like, okay, cool. This might have been what they was after. This is not what I was after.
Not sweet.
This is not sweet. It wasn't as sweet as it looked. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I ended up, every time I would make more money, yes, I'd accomplish that one goal, but I ended up spending more time away from the house, more time away from my kids, missing more programs, not being able to be home on stuff like, Christmas and birthdays and things that you're supposed to be there for.
Yeah, it is.
And so I always had these visions on where I thought I wanted to go, but I wasn't spending enough time by myself to really figure out if that was really what I wanted, or was that somebody else's dream.
Yeah.
And so spending the time by myself and kind of getting to know me, I didn't really know myself. I thought I did. I thought I knew me, but I didn't know me until I got to where I was writing this stuff down and had this vision. Man, I want to do what he do. He don't work nearly as much as me, and he make more money than me. How crazy is that? So let me do that.
Was you chasing money?
I was chasing money, absolutely. I was chasing money because, I was chasing money, but I was also chasing the workload. I knew that this everything that I was doing in the oil field, swinging hammers. I knew that on top of all these years of playing football, I knew that the wear and tear would catch up with me. So I would see guys not doing half the work, making more money, double the money, and I'm like, bro, that got to be the answer.
Yeah.
Less work, more money.
Yeah.
And so it made sense to me, you know what I'm saying, from a logical standpoint.
Yeah.
And so, but I really didn't know that that's not really what I wanted. I wasn't building off of the principles of my family and being there for my kids every step of the way.
Yes.
And I was just looking for money. But those were other people's visions. People were saying stuff out loud, and I was self-consciously absorbing that stuff.
Okay.
And I was putting it into my bag, and it didn't belong in my bag.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm
saying? I see what you're saying. Rose, how are you planning on knocking this 2021 out the park? How are you planning on elevating you, your family, your kids?
Me personally, I started off by, praying with my wife, starting to strengthen my foundation,
Yes,
especially with me and her, because if my foundation ain't strong, my building gonna sink. So I can't build a mansion on top of dirt.
Mm-hmm.
So, I started strengthening my foundation as far as me and her started taking time to myself. I got a little notebook that I write down my goals in. I write what I'm praying for me and my family, write things that I want in life, and I start setting goals. And I have long-term goals and short-term goals.
Mm-hmm.
Because my long-term goals, they're going to require a little more time. But my short-term goals is eliminating, little miscellaneous bills or anything that'll help us elevate in a situation. To me, being an entrepreneur for my family. So I started eliminating that and keeping in mind, taking her ideas into consideration as far as her letting me know, she think I should do this. Just different ideas, but weeding out the ideas that I know I can't do at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And starting being more positive and just all around, just believing in myself, believing in my family, and
Amen.
keep telling myself, keep going and keep going and keep pushing and striving. And that's what I focus on every day. I always focus on be better than I was yesterday.
Yes,
and my wife has this wrote on her glove box in her work cloth.
Mm-hmm.
And so every time before work, we pray.
Okay.
And we always say be better than we were yesterday.
Yeah.
That's our focus.
Uh-huh.
And I always try to start my day off with laughter. And like we said, a couple of shows, I'm in the habit of creating good habits.
Yes, sir.
And so that's what I focus on. I'm trying to elevate in 21, just trying to be a better me. That's what the title of my notebook.
I never knew the importance of planning. Like, having a plan is crucial. It's crucial. If you waking up every day without plan, this man right here beside me, I can't tell you how long he been telling me to plan stuff or how long he been planning. But I hang with him. I see what he do. But it took time for me to understand. Like like I said, I got close to the guy. Glide said, like, look, be still. Let me handle this. Say, this is what you need to do. In order for you to be what you need to be in my kingdom, I need you to set yourself a plan, day in, day out. Morning, what you gonna do in the morning? 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And when you plan, if you deviate from it, you can look like, okay, wait a minute, hold on, what I supposed to be doing? Okay, it's 10:30. Okay, I need to be calling or like for example, I need to be practicing on wholesaling right now. So it's so important to stick with your plan, because if you're not sticking with your plan, you living life like an accident.
Right.
Like you have no understanding. You just going through the day, whatever happening. Life is happening to you. It's not happening for you. And that's kind of the big thing. Like, if I can stress anything to people, become a better planner. And look, I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. Like, I'm not one of the people that like getting in systems. I hate it. Yeah, yes it is. And I hate it to my core. But I know in order for me to elevate 2021, for me to, it's bigger than me. Everything now is about my family. How can I be successful? I got a mom that need me. I got a dad that need me. I got a sister that need me. I got a son that need me. I got a wife that need me. She got a mama. She got a sister. See, I'm looking at the bigger picture. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when you get on that level and you understand, like Jamal King said best, one man's obedience is connected to so many people's destiny. Like, if I can blow this thing open and I can do what I can to be successful in this world, then everybody that's tied to me is going to have that same success, if not better, because I'm going to be the type of person that I push everybody up to the forefront. Like, I want everybody to eat. I want everybody to be good. So I had to take a long look at myself and say, you know, Mac, you've been saying that you want this forever. God been talking to you, you've been talking to him, but you be running. You know, I've been hoping. I ain't been planning. I ain't been strategizing. I wasn't specific when it comes to certain things. I was just so vague. You know, it's like me, you know, hitting Corn up, and I tell Corn, I say, hey, Corn, let's meet at this day. And Corn said, well, what time? I don't know, Corn. Well, what day you want to meet? Someday next week. That's too vague. You have to learn how to set exact times, exact dates. Yep. You have to, because when you do that, something in your brain triggers. You like, okay, I know if I'm supposed to meet Corn Thursday at 6 o'clock, so my mind saying, boom, Thursday, 6 o'clock. Now, if I say I'm supposed to meet Corn sometime on Thursday, 9 times out of 10, we probably ain't going to meet. So I'm asking everybody to be more specific with everything you're doing. And things you want. Yeah, especially like Rose said, small steps. He know he want to knock out small bills, and he got a strategy, he got a plan. So that's where he's gonna succeed it. But man, I love it, because this is what we talking about. Elevation 2021. Corn. What did anything?
Well, it's the thing, because like it's crazy, because most people know the things that we talking about right now, right? And even I knew before I actually start doing anything. You know, like when me and you have conversations, and I'm like, you know what to do. We just got to get it done, and that's the thing. You know, 95% of people already know what to do.
Shit, yeah.
But knowing is not enough.
It's not.
We must apply.
Yes.
Willing is not enough.
Yes.
We must
do. Not. Yeah.
So and Bruce Lee said that. So that's what it's really about. You really got to be willing to put yourself out there. So you get, not only do you have to set goals, you got to be willing to do the small things like Ross is talking about. And the stuff that you're talking about, the schedule. You know, it's so important, because now you're checking stuff off and you getting small wins throughout your day, and you not only feel like you winning, you are winning. You know what I'm saying? If I get 5 wins before 10 a.m. every day.
Ooh, that's big.
5 wins.
That's big.
You know what I'm saying? And who decide what's a win?
You do.
I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I create my own momentum. You see what I'm saying? Waking up on time. When my alarm go off, me getting out and putting my feet on the floor and getting up. Win. Me brushing my teeth and doing push-ups and charging myself to brush my teeth. Win. I charge myself 50 push-ups to brush my teeth every day. People take the stuff that people take for granted. I charge myself for. Because I never want to be able to take for granted the ability to wake up and brush my teeth every day.
Ooh, that's big.
You see what I'm saying? Because there's people out there who don't get that opportunity.
Yes, sir.
To take a shower in the morning, 50 push-ups. It's not something that's promised to you. You get to do that. You don't got to. You get to.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset. I get to brush my teeth every day, 50 push-ups. I'm going to charge myself for the toothbrush. I'm going to charge myself before I turn the water on to take a shower.
What do you mean by that? So, because for the people that understand, and so I can understand too. So every time you brush your teeth, you do 50 push-ups? Or?
Yeah, right before I brush my teeth, I do 50 push-ups.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's not that, I'm not taking it for granted. I don't want to ever wake up and feel like, life is just life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I deserve this.
Yeah, like, I deserve this. I don't want to feel entitled to, you know what I'm saying, me being able to wake up and brush my teeth and have a nice bathroom to brush my teeth and having a nice shower, being able to put on clothes and go to the gym.
Right.
Like, those are all privileges. And so if I don't do those things, then it's a loss for me.
That's what do you do if you don't do it? Do you charge yourself 100?
Yeah, man.
I was like, if he doing it 50 if he doing it, what he doing?
It ain't no ifs. It ain't no ifs.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't no ifs involved because I'm not gonna.
It's automatic.
I'm not gonna not brush my teeth.
Steph Curry.
You know what I'm saying?
Steph Curry out here. Yeah.
So like, if I don't do my push-ups, I don't get to brush my teeth. So I'm not gonna just walk out of the house with not brush my teeth.
Oh, that's kind of
routine.
Oh, okay. I see the make.
But so by 10 a.m. every day, I got 5 wins.
Yeah.
So I've been winning all day. People just now getting up, clocking into work, dragging, poor pity me. I gotta go to work today. Mm-hmm. I'm winning. I've been winning all day. I've been winning.
Okay, let's talk about that. How important is it for you to get them 5 wins in the morning at the start of the day?
It's everything. Okay. Because you know what I'm saying, like every day I gotta start my day with positivity. Like you said, you start with laughter. Yes. I gotta start my day with those 5 wins in order to get my personal development. I gotta get those 5 wins before I can even start doing my personal development, listening to my podcast, getting that good energy. So if I hadn't got those 5 wins, then I don't get to do my personal development.
You know what I noticed?
If I do my personal development, when I go to start doing my business stuff for my business, it sucks.
It do.
It sucks.
Okay, you got that positive energy. You up, moving around like, okay, I done already won, so what else I'm gonna win?
Yeah.
And you get that mindset and the elevation part in 21 as men, not just black men, but as all men.
Yes, sir.
Brothers, do not be afraid to salute another man for something that he done or something that he accomplished.
Yes, sir.
Pat him on the back. If you see he doing something, hey brother, keep doing what you're doing. Us as men, so dominant. He think he. It don't take 2 minutes to tell another man you're doing a good job, brother. And I hate that crab in the bucket mentality. But if you want to elevate, you got to elevate others so you can elevate. It's all a factor. So there's nothing wrong with elevating somebody else. And everybody doesn't bloom in the same season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody's time is not the same time. Your time will come. Just be patient and be humble and wait. But don't dim somebody else's life because you feel like you should be where they are. Just wait your time, because when you water a flower, it grows. So when you keep watering yourself and giving yourself sunlight, eventually your season gonna come and your flower will bloom. But you can't step on his flowers and expect somebody not to step on yours. So with that being said, elevate another brother, even if he made a big accomplishment in his life, and I guarantee you, when you make yours, that same brother gonna come back and elevate you, because you never know who's watching you.
Yes, I agree.
So it's crazy because I spent a lot of time being a cheerleader when I first started entrepreneurship. I spent a lot of time cheering for other people.
Yeah.
And those people end up turning into my mentors. You know what I'm saying? So now I brought so much good energy and so much value to what they were doing. They decided to teach me what they knew.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah. I hope y'all take notes on that one. Yeah, that was powerful. That was powerful, Shaq. Okay, go ahead. I just wanted everybody to slow that down to catch that one. Say that again, Corn.
Because I was providing so much good energy when I was celebrating them that they wanted to actually give me something back. Wow. They wanted to actually pour into me. Hey man, this kid's a good kid.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna teach you how to. You be of service to people, and then people want to help you, and then people, you want to take your business to the next level. No matter what you do, if you bring that type of energy that you bringing, you're gonna be successful. But this is what I'm gonna teach you, and I'm like, bet.
Yeah.
I wasn't even like in it for that, but you know what I'm saying, like, but like I needed the mentorship.
Yeah.
I was looking to be an entrepreneur, and I was seeing people succeed, and I was like, bro, I just need to get around them. Who I grew up with, and who the people that I've been around are not who I need to be around going into this phase of life. So I had to start transitioning, and people weren't cheering for me when I was cheering for other people. When I was cheering for other people, it didn't look sweet. They like, man, why he running with them? But, oh man, why he doing this? He with them all the time. Then like, why would he do that? That's not even a good profession. That's not even a good lane to be in. Yeah. Don't he know that everybody say this about that? And I just ignored the noise because like I seen people having real success, and I was just like, man, I just need to put myself around it. I just want to be in that environment. And once I got in that environment, people were so positive. People were showing love, and I'm like, bro, I don't care if they really making money or not. Yeah. I need this energy because it's good for my soul. And I was in a space I was trying to get out of the oil field. I was in a space I was desperate to get out, and I was like, bro, I just want to leave. I know this is not what I want to do. I don't care what I need to do. As long as I feel good and I can see my kids, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? And as long as it was legal, you know what I'm saying, ethical, and you know what I'm saying, I wasn't hurting people. So I was like, I'm in.
What did, because they remind me of exposure. What kind of exposure did they give you seeing that these guys are making all, I mean, let's, I don't know, I'm pretty sure if y'all been following the podcast, Coach Shaq done said, but these are millionaires. These ain't no crumb and bum and people that was mentoring you.
This is the kind of exposure I was getting. So it was an exposure that I hadn't had before, meaning they didn't play sports and they didn't sell drugs.
Okay.
Those were the two avenues that I knew you can make money in.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah.
All of a sudden, I met people who didn't throw football or basketball and didn't sell drugs, and they was making money, and they was living a life. They had a nice wife, nice family, nice cars, and they was like living life on their terms, setting up meetings when they wanted to set meetings, and all this. And I was like, bro, like, you know who? You know what I'm saying? Like, where all this money coming from? Right. He's like, bro, this is 2000. It was 2016. So it was 2016, man. You can literally do anything. The internet is crazy. Like, you can start a business here, you can start a business there. You just have to bring good energy and be somebody and start serving. Once you start serving and you find a gap in the community and you serve in that gap, you make money. Yes. And I was like, bro, is that easy?
Yes.
But I've been lifting weights and running sprints my whole life thinking that there was one way to do this.
Yeah.
And so I was exposed to something completely different, and I was like, that's all I need to see. It opened up my mind and blew my mind. I was like, bro, whatever I got to do, let's do it.
Yeah, yeah. Let me ask. I'm gonna ask everybody this: how important is it to find your purpose over the money? How important is it that you find what drives you? You know what I'm saying? How important is that, Ross? And then I'll ask Coach Shaq.
And all else, money, the value of a dollar is useless. But time and effort, especially when you find yourself, is everything, because there's a lot of things that you can do in yourself that it's not going to even require money. So you have to keep in mind that money can only get you so far.
Yeah.
But it goes back to having a mindset that money isn't everything, because you can have this lifestyle and not have peace. You can have this lifestyle and not have, a stable mind or your foundation, meaning your house is, in chaos because you're so used to trying to get the bag. But you forget, while you're getting that bag, you probably 9 times out of 10, that's not even your purpose.
Yeah.
That's not even something you want to do to even get the bag. So when you it's almost like you taking a pay cut, but you got a peace of mind. And, a wise man gonna want a peace of mind than to have all this money.
Sir.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's very important, because when you can go home and sleep at night and
hug up with mom,
laugh with your kids.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
Money can't. Those are qualities that money can't buy and never will be able to buy. So you focus less on money and more so on the positive things and aspects and the steps you take to have a peace of mind, have a steady structure in your house, because money man.
Yeah,
it ain't that important.
Yeah, because I figured out when you following money, it's kind of it's redundant. It's like you only can do so long with finding money and feel like you're losing yourself.
And it's never gonna be no matter how much money you make, it will never be enough. So you're gonna continuously, it's like a cycle. You're gonna keep chasing money, then you're gonna feel like you have more. Then it's gonna, form a state of greed to where you can't live without this. You steady chasing this and chasing that.
That's the trick of the enemy, though.
It is.
That's the trick of the enemy. He wants you to feel miserable because essentially, all of us want to be home with our family. We want to be home with our kids. But at the same time, he'll be messing with your mind and say, but you need to be out here in this field so you can make this money to support them. The whole time, you feel like crap. The kids and the mom, and they want you there, but part of them kind of like, well, they understand too that you gotta work, and it's like a trick of the enemy, and that's what kind of go back what I said earlier about you gotta start living with a purpose and start living intentional. Because when you start living intentional, you kind of okay. Let's start back here. When you get you a plan, when you understand who you are, you can say no to that. Like, I understand my vision. I understand my route. I understand what I want to do. So it makes no sense for me to want to go to the oil field. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure for Ross, Coach Shaq, it makes no sense for them to go to the oil field. When we was younger, yeah, man, let's get the bag. Let's party up. Go to Miami. You know what I'm saying? And live it up. But when you got that plan, like Coach Shaq, for example, he got a juice bar. It makes absolutely no sense for him to say, I'm going to go to the oil field and I'm going to sit down my juice bar. And that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. That's why it's so vital to you that you have a plan, that you have a structure. One of the ways you can figure out how to create a plan or even your purpose, first thing, what would you do if you had $1 billion? Would you still do what you're doing? Or better yet, how about this? This is what I want everybody to do. I want you to sit down and write out your eulogy. I want you to write down what you want people to remember you about. What type of person you are. What type of person you want to be at the end of the road. All these things is contributed to you finding out what type of person you want to be. Because we all got certain levels and we all act like, oh man, we just going to be here tomorrow. And listen, like I seen 500,000 people was killed through coronavirus or whatever the case may be. 500,000 people died from coronavirus just last year. Coach Shaq, we're gonna go. I'm kind of going a little bit, but we're gonna go back to purpose and money.
Well, the money thing. So
money thing.
Here's my take on it. So it really, money don't really mean nothing if you don't have fulfillment. Nope. Like happiness. People say money can't buy happiness. That's a lie. I've seen people be happy with money. People, but what money can't buy is longevity. Mm-hmm. It can't guarantee you're gonna be happy for a long time.
Yes.
And if you don't have fulfillment, the happiness wears out. Let's be honest. Mm-hmm. So if I go make a whole bunch of money and I don't feel fulfilled, I don't feel like I'm moving in my space, moving in my gifts, then I'm gonna take that home to my family. And now, my kids are gonna get an unfulfilled feeling father. Mm. My wife is gonna have an unfulfilled husband. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So like the money is not gonna fix that. Yes. I'm gonna feel like there's an empty space in my soul. Yes. And so I'm gonna bring that negativity home to my family. And money can't fix that. So if money was that sweet, it would fix marriages. Yeah. People wouldn't get divorces. No. If money was that sweet. You know what I'm saying? Rich people get divorces all the time.
Yes, they do.
You know what I'm saying? And so
all the time.
And rich people are depressed.
All the time.
Rich people,
they jumping off buildings.
You know what I'm saying? I done met rich people that was literally felt like I had a better life than them, and I didn't have any money. So money ain't that sweet, but you gotta have fulfillment. If you find what what you feel like you're really supposed to do, then it's a whole different ball game. Mm-hmm. I, for one, believe that money does nothing but highlight the true person, your true character. Yeah. So if you're a great person, if you have a whole bunch of money, you're gonna do great things. Mm-hmm. If you're a terrible person, if you got a whole bunch of money, you're gonna do terrible things. Money just magnifies who you truly are. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So money is not that sweet, but if you operate in your gift, you operate in what you feel fulfilled in, what you wake up and you be like, man, I really want to go do this. I truly want to help this many people today. Mm-hmm. So when I'm doing my juice bar, like I genuinely feel like I'm helping the world. You talk about how many people, died last year from coronavirus.
Yeah.
The coronavirus, had a part in it, but people loaded the gun themselves.
Yes, sir.
By their daily actions, their daily choices. Like we're the most unhealthy country in the world.
Yeah.
There's no secret to why we had the most deaths.
Yes.
Like we loaded the gun ourselves. Corona just came and pulled the trigger. So when I wake up and I'm fulfilling these orders, like I know that I'm giving people hope because I'm giving people great health. Yeah. I'm helping people get weight off. I'm helping people put nutrients in their body that's already broken down in a form that their body can use it right now.
Yeah.
It's building up their immune system. So I feel fulfilled when I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So I'm happy when I'm doing it every day.
Makes sense.
And my kids can do it with me. They enjoy it. Yeah. My kids like the juices. Like
it's big,
it's a whole different ball game because I actually feel like I'm helping the world. I feel like I'm servicing people. And I get to spend every day with my kids. Like, what more do you want? I get to go to basketball games. I get to go to school plays. Anything happen, I don't have to miss it because I'm controlling my own destiny now. And I found a gap in the community, and I start serving in the gap.
Go back. What we said.
You see what I'm saying?
Plug.
Hey, I found a gap in the community. Yes. Back when I had this idea, like there was no juice bar in our community.
But how long did it? Somebody came. I remember you told the story. Yeah.
Somebody came and came. I had this idea and I slow played it and I was doing my training. My training was doing well and I just slow played. Starting this juice bar. I had the flavors. I hadn't just started to put it into action. I had created the whole system, but I was like, let me put it on the back burner. I'll just keep doing this for now. And then I was forced to do it because I couldn't train because Corona came. I couldn't speak in schools. Corona came, shut down everything. Yeah. And so I literally was forced into action to launching my juice bar. But I already had it. I already had the blueprint there. I was just double dutching.
Going back
you know what I'm saying? Get in now. I'm away. I was like in fifth grade again.
Yeah.
But somebody came in and put a juice bar here. You know what I'm saying? And they killing the game.
Yes.
I looked at their analytics and they doing more in our small town than they do in the Dallas areas. Imagine that. You see what I'm saying? So it was a gap here. They exploited it. They came in right up on our nose, and they was first because I double dutched for 2 years. Yeah. I hesitate.
The Bible talk about that. God will if God give you a vision or something that you need to do, and if you don't do it, he'll give it to somebody else.
He ain't just give it to you.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he gave it to somebody else before he gave it to you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So and here's the thing. This is what I want y'all to understand. Just because somebody else has already did it, doesn't mean you can't do it.
Right.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? It's a copycat world. You just gotta make sure you copy the right cat.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
That bring me to something. I can't stand when people say this. As me being an entrepreneur, I was on Clubhouse and I was listening to this guy. He was, man, it's so many people want to be a rapper. So many people want to be a public speaker. I was like, instantly, that guy's not going to make it. Whatever he's trying to do, he's not going to make it. Because look how he's talking. Look at his self-talk.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody trying. He's worried about everybody. And instead, like...
It wasn't even that for you. It was his energy.
Yeah.
It was the energy that he was putting into the world that immediately cut you off from him. Mm-hmm. So he's not even attracting what he's attempting to put out. So automatically, I would have exited the podcast or whatever he was doing because his energy, I can't have that type of energy. I need my environment to be a certain kind of way. Mm-hmm. If you ain't on that same frequency, I'm out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have time to waste and I don't need you putting that negativity into my spirit for me to move forward in my day.
That's how, man, he just brought the whole podcast down. And I was just like, dude, man, you might need to go work for somebody because this might not be your lane. No, it ain't for you, because I'm a firm believer in you have to have your time. Like, I'm a big, like I said, we know that I'm a believer in God. Like, you can't beat God timing. Like, when you understand your purpose, you're not going to fall for anything that's going to get you off course. So it's important that you say, okay, God, I'm going to stick to this. No matter the good or the bad, I'm going to go the way you want me to go. I'm not going to worry about if Ross doing what he doing. I'm not going to worry about Coach Shaq. And man, I can't like, if you don't get a chance to exploit the opportunity like Coach Shaq did, maybe you just want to, like if you want to be a rapper or a singer or you want to be an actor, Like, if you feel like that is your purpose on this earth, then go do it. Like, are you gonna feel miserable? Like, I'm just being honest. You're gonna feel absolutely miserable. You're gonna always have this thing pulling you to come back. Like you know you're supposed to be doing this. Like you come here and you'll be off here making money, making 100,000, but still you'll feel miserable because something will be telling you you're supposed to be doing this. You're supposed to be doing this. Like, listen, because that's God. Like, he's telling you, he's directing you.
You know why some people can't find their purpose? My opinion on that.
What's that?
I think a lot of people can't find their purpose because everybody's in a rush. Everybody's in a rush to make money. Everybody's in a rush to have their own business. If the world slowed down, it would be a better world. If everybody just took, I sit back when I drive. I sit back and watch how fast people go up and down the road.
Yeah, but you ain't going nowhere.
You will be amazed how fast people drive. Everybody's in a rush to get from point A to point B. But if you just slow down and just, took your time and took time out to analyze exactly what you're trying to do, everything will fall into place. But because we're trying to make money in this amount of time. We're trying to do this in a time limit. It's okay to put a time limit, but don't put a speed as full throttle mode. It's okay to slow down and take your time because nothing happens overnight.
Yeah. The Bible says a patient man is God said you rather be a patient man than the most feared warrior. Like, God said patience is the quintessential.
It's crazy because I just had this conversation with one of my athletes this morning, and we were talking about, it's an instant gratification world.
Yeah.
And he was telling how he got on it. He was like, man, he said, what made you grow your hair out? And how long? He said, how long did it take? How did you have that much patience? And I said, when I explained to him, I said, I started growing my dreads. I had braids. I cut my braids, and I wanted a whole different person. I wanted to start transforming my life in 2010. And I made this decision that I was finna transform and start becoming a different version of myself. And so I decided I wanted to have dreads, but I started with the end in mind. I would see people with long dreads, and I'm like, bro, I can't wait till I get there. But I was willing to be patient. I knew that this was it wasn't a sprint. You see what I'm saying? He's like, man, my problem is, man, I just be wanting stuff quick. I said, you and everybody else.
Yeah.
It's not not odd now. Everybody wants to have success fast, but I was willing to accept going through the process of the rough stages. That's what entrepreneurship is all about. You have to accept that there will be a rough stage.
Yep.
And it's gonna look crazy. It's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be muddy.
Ugly.
It's gonna be nappy. You're gonna have to wear a hat. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna have to wear a hat, a lot of times so people don't even know. Yeah. You're gonna have to put on this facade.
Yeah.
That everything good. But it's not. If you took my hat off back then, you'd have been like, bruh. And here's the thing. This was crazy because it was something deeper into it, because when the lady was cutting my hair off, I had to cut all my hair off to start over. My hair was already long, but when I tried to twist it, it wouldn't lock. It kept coming unraveled. Why? Because I was trying to shortcut the system. I was like, man, my hair already long. I don't want to cut it off. If you can just get it to dread right now, I'm going to start right here. It'll be this long already. And they said, okay, I'll try. I got it twisted about 4 or 5 times, and it come right undone. Football practice, go in, it come unravel. And so I had to make a decision. There's no shortcutting this thing.
Yeah.
I got to cut it off, and I got to start over. I got to cut off that old life, and I got to start over. I watched my hair fall to the floor, and the lady seen the tears in my eyes, African lady. She seen the tears in my eyes, and she said, you know what? She said, dirty hair grow faster than clean hair. And I was like, what? I'm like emotional. I'm like, hey, I got to start with. I'm watching my hair on the ground, and she's like, dirty hair grow faster. And I said, what are you saying? If I don't wash it, it'll grow back faster? And she said, yes. She said, if you don't put chemicals in your hair every day, it'll grow faster. So not only did I start over, I was going like couple months at a time without washing my hair.
Process.
I was in an oil field. My hair stink.
Process.
I wore a hard hat every day.
Process.
I sweated.
Process.
When I came home, I'd take the hard hat off, and then I put a 5950 on. And I went and bought like 10 hats, all different colors, 5950s. Not because I wanted to look cool, because I was growing my hair and I was willing to go through the mud to have this.
Yeah.
And I will go and I'll be in the salon getting retwisted. And I see guys walk in with a mini fro like this and get weave in their hair and they walk out with dreads like this. Yeah. And I like, nah, bro, that ain't me. I'm going through the process because he looks stupid. And I'm talking about, he didn't even look real. And they didn't even care. They was willing to fake it. And that's what problem with people. Everybody trying to fake it like they got it. And they don't. And it looks stupid. Because it ain't going to take me long to figure out that you ain't got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think about that Clubhouse app, man. Even me, I noticed, and I feel like I got caught in the wave. And you know, you get on the Clubhouse app and you put your little profile. You I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. 10, you be having 9 or 10 things that you ain't even did one time. I mean, you be like, yeah, I'm trying to speak it. I get it. You trying to speak it into existence. I get you.
And you remember,
I get you.
You remember when I got on there and I said, man, y'all make me feel like I ain't did nothing. Because I didn't put nothing on there. Yeah. And I was just on there just listening to people. Mm-hmm. And I would go to people's profile that I actually knew. And it would be like this long list of accomplishments. And I'm like, I didn't know you did all that.
Yeah, nigga,
you know what I mean? I didn't know you was killing the game like that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. You be bigging it on.
And my profile like dry. And Mac was like, man, you really like, you the one that really got accomplishments.
Yeah.
Like, you the one got really, you got companies and stuff. You ain't got nothing on your stuff. I'm like, man, I'm just a part. I feel like a bum when I go to everybody else's profile. I'm like,
everybody do it. Everybody's sweet. Huh?
Everybody killing the game. I'm like, but Clubhouse done put everybody on.
Yeah, but you sit up there. So it's crazy, man, because what Coach Shaq just said, man, it's important that you honor the process. Like, I know it's redundant, but fall in love with that. You know, I heard somebody talked about it, and they was talking about how, matter of fact, I heard E.T. That's who he was talking about. He'll make a turkey, right? He said throughout that process, he loved the process from going to the store to grabbing the turkey, to seasoning the turkey. You know what I'm saying? To sitting there every couple days, and he realizing like that's the process that you fall in love with. Like after everybody eating the turkey, like it's cool. That's what's up. But you gotta fall in love with the ugly stuff. Whatever you doing, like corn. I'm sure his situation would be him creating juices. You know what I'm saying? That's the process he loved. Like it's sweet when he get paid, but that process of I'm doing what God allowed me to do. You know what I'm saying? Like Rose, what would your process be? What you like? I think what your process would be with your kids, what you trying to get them accomplished, watching your son walk across the stage, watching him want to go to the world. Right. And these are just examples. Like my process would be my routine. You know what I'm saying? I want to read. I want to study. Like that. These are processes that I'm in love with. Like this podcast. You know, I love coming out. I've been having withdrawals because we ain't did it in a couple weeks. And I love sitting up here with these gentlemen talking, man, and giving our game so people can watch it back home. And like our whole mission with this podcast is just to make people better or aware of things that they might not be aware of, because you don't know what you don't know. Right. So it's important that we say, start living intentional. Stop waking up like an accident. Stop, like Rose said, people just be rushing from A to B. People be rushing to the house to do nothing, man. You ain't doing nothing. You just rushing to the house to go cut the television on. Come on, man.
And don't get it twisted. Like we telling you about the process, but like don't get it twisted. The process ain't sweet. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you ain't gonna go through nothing. Yeah. It ain't like life gonna stop because you started your process.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you got a process, you more likely to get through it and sustain it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Without a process, it hinders you. Yeah. It'll knock you off your trail because you were never on a trail. You was just in the woods. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You can't even find your way back to the path because it was never a path that you was on. You didn't have a process in. And so like don't get it twisted. Like I went through 2 custody battles, through my process. You know what I'm saying? Courts, lawyers. None of this stuff is fun. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, my grandmother passed. My aunt just passed. Like, I'm telling you, it's not like easy. It's not something that we telling you, hey, this magical thing that's gonna happen. Like you're gonna hit bumps in the road, but if you have a process, you more than likely be able to continue with success and longevity. Because like otherwise you just out there playing in traffic.
You know,
You out there dodging cars.
Well, yeah, that remind me of like it took me, like I'm gonna give you me personally, it took me a couple months for me to really nail down a strategic plan and actually start doing it. So take your time with it. Like just add one thing. Like like Corn said, some of the things. If it's a win, brush your teeth. We know you automatically hope you do it. We don't know how you living, but we hope you do. But take that as a win. Take that as a confidence builder. Listen to things that motivate you. Listen to things that can put you up in the day where you like, okay, I'm gonna control the spirit of my day. I'm gonna listen to something pleasant. Rose, he liked to listen to jokes. Corn, he listened to motivational stuff. Whatever turns your wheels, that's so important for you to start that day off with that win. Like, create you a plan, man. Because if you don't create a plan, look, we right now, we live in a seller's market. Everybody's selling everything. I'm saying like old boy now. Everybody's selling everything. But it's so important for you to have your plan, because I can say no to that. Like I see people that they wanna, if you wanna buy this real estate course, $5.99. No. If you wanna learn how to sell cars, $2.99. No. I know that's not part of my plan. But if I didn't have a plan, I'll be like that dog chasing cars up and down the street, because I'm trying to chase that money. Oh man, I seen this dude, like Corn said earlier at the field. I seen this dude making that, and he told me I can make. He put a check up with $10,000. Oh, all he did was sold that car. Oh, he created a. So man, what I'm saying,
you got too many buckets.
Yeah,
you got too many buckets, and that's why it's important to like have a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, you'll find yourself dabbling,
man,
in 10 different things.
Where your 120 at? You can't put 120 in everything. You can't put 120 in everything.
You can only give 5% here, 10% here, 15% here, and you giving 80 to a job. Like, I mean, it's just too much. So like, and that's something that I even had to do. Like in December, like I had to, I had 5 buckets, and I had to narrow it down to 3.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, I can really make all 5 of these things happen. Like I know I can.
Yeah.
But I had some guidance, and I could have got in the seminar, and that's one thing that I'm always trying to do, continuing to grow. Yeah. So I don't think that, but just because I have this or that I'm done growing.
Yes.
And so I'm always looking for ways to expand my mind, expand my thinking. So I entered myself into this 2-month seminar, and it was 2 months. And every Sunday and Wednesday we was on a mastermind, and I found out that I had 5 buckets. I didn't even know. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm just out here killing the game, and I'm like,
what are your buckets so people? Because I know what you're talking about, so people can understand what you mean.
So my buckets is the juice bar, the training, the speaking, real estate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's 4 buckets right there. You know what I'm saying? So like I really had to like narrow it down to 3 buckets, and then I had to prioritize which buckets I was gonna work in heavy. And the first quarter, from January to April to the end of March. Yeah. That's the first quarter. My first bucket I need to be in heavy, and I need to have deadlines, days, times, and when I need to have stuff in my first bucket done, completed, completion dates. You see what I'm saying? My second bucket, then I scatter it out. I'm not as heavy in it, but I'm getting stuff done in it. Right. And I got dates and deadlines, completion dates for that. Same thing with my third bucket. I had to move my fourth bucket on down the line and put it on the outside because I wasn't gonna have time with it. And that allowed me to see how much is going into my first bucket in the first quarter and how much time it was gonna take out of my day. Second bucket, how much time was gonna take out of my day.
Did you keep your first bucket going even in the second quarter? I'm just curious.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the first bucket never leave, but that's the main. That's the main.
We got quarterly goals in the first bucket.
Okay.
First quarter, certain things need to be done by certain dates. Second quarter, we need to have certain things done. Like it may be something as simple as trying to double what we did in the first quarter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like driving more traffic to the website. Trying to take our sales up at least 25%. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. It may be the exact same stuff we went out there in the first quarter. It's just new goals on how to keep our whole program on the up. so I can track it all. I can track everything. It's analytics to everything. So now you can really get in the details of everything that you're doing and track it and set goals.
I was gonna say, Coach Shaq, he told me about this same seminar. I was in it too, but we paid for this. We paid, so we give you something for free.
Yeah.
That we had to come out of pocket for. So I hope y'all really paying attention or really trying to get the gist of it. We're gonna have to put something up there with our Instagram names and stuff. So if you want to reach out and ask people like, hey man, how do I get started with this bucket, or how do I get started with this? So you can just reach us directly, and I mean everybody up here will be more than welcome to helping everybody out. But I don't know if y'all noticed this. I'll say this though, we done got us a production going. You know, we was going Facebook Live, and Coach Shaq said, man, we need to turn it up a little bit. And I gave him resistance. I'm like, bro, we ain't, man, you trying to get us put money in this thing? And I don't even know if we still gonna, you know what I'm saying? But I prayed about it. I talked to God. Like I said, I allowed him to lead me. And I mean, I had to talk to him for about a week just for him to understand, okay, look, come to agreement. So that's when I talked to the guy. I said, well, you know what? Let's knock it down to 2 shows a month, you know, instead of 4 shows. Okay, you know, when you talk to God, you figure out strategic plans that can work for everybody. And like now, man, we looking like we on the set of a movie theater just because we paid the guy to do our film work for us. So I mean, I'm glad we did it, and we putting our all into it, man. We putting our money into it. We putting our hearts, we putting our souls into it. We want to get to a place where we start having conferences. We want to get to a place where, I mean, when I say conferences, I mean conferences like in Texas, whether it's Dallas, Houston, Tyler. But we're going to grow on God's time. And we're going to keep delivering. We're going to keep studying. We're going to keep doing everything we can to elevate the show. We're going to try to elevate people at home. Sooner or later, we're going to start bringing on some, we need to bring our wives on here, man, and let them talk they talk. Matter of fact, we bring our wives and we'll sit back there and let them be in front of the camera, because I'm sure they can keep the show rolling.
That's dangerous there, man.
They might talk. They gonna talk about this stuff.
They get talking crazy. I'm gonna unplug everything.
Nah, but it's also a message within that. Right, you know what I mean? Like when I suggested that, you know, I felt like it was time for us to get out of what we preferred. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because like, if you're not careful, your preference will hinder your progress. Yeah. And so we had to get outside of our box and make ourselves uncomfortable with moving forward with, upping the production and the quality of what we want to deliver to you guys. Because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that, you guys are getting so much value. Yeah. And we want to make sure that, we be able to produce that. And that's why we brought in Michael, so he can, give us that type of quality to be able to really deliver on this platform, and for y'all to get the very best that we have to offer.
Man, I tell you, I'm definitely, without much restraint, I'm glad we did it. Right. I'm glad we moved some furniture around in the process. Yeah. But that's what Trey ain't here. Trey said, man, you know how it is when lions in the den, somebody gonna get scratched. That's what that was Trey words, man. So I really appreciate the experience, man. I love these gentlemen. I'm getting married April the 16th, 17th. I know I expect y'all to be there with y'all wives, man.
Yeah, we'll be in attendance.
Yes, we gonna do it, man. And
new chapter in life.
Man, I'm so excited, bro.
Blessings on top of blessings.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I said before, you're really gonna see elevation once you're living right. Once you're doing the right things, and it's not easy. I'm not gonna lie and tell you it is, because I'll be lying telling you it's easy. But whatever you get in marriage, that's what you're gonna get out. If you put half-ass in marriage, you're gonna get half-ass out. And me, as far as, and I can speak on, I ain't gonna get deep into it, but I didn't start elevating. I used to, you need to do this, you need to do that. I didn't start elevating until I started reevaluating myself, working on myself, and start pointing the finger and focusing so much on what somebody else needs to do. Yeah. So once you, as a man, you the head. Man, but hey, we ain't gonna get, that's a whole other story.
I had to say this right quick, because I don't know if we're gonna put this on there or not, but I was like, you know, I ordered the freshly, like the little plates.
Yeah.
And they sent to the house. So I was telling Joyce, I was like, you know, Corn and his wife, they do the what's her name, but they cook it. You know what I'm saying? So Joyce was like, nah, I'd rather have the plates. So part of me wanted to say, well, Corn wife cook it. I better not say that. I said, man, God said, hey, I felt God come on me like this. Like, boy, God cover my mouth. I said, you better not say what another woman doing in your house. You would have lost your.
So you gonna get put out.
What?
Look,
I would have called Corn. Say, Corn can hey, ask Valerie if it's good.
Order his steps. Order his steps.
I said, baby, so you want the plates? Okay, we're gonna get the plate. I said, baby, you know, if we get it, I'll cook. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make that step, man, because man, once you kind of figure things out, you understand like I'm the head. Like everything rides on me. I control the spirit of this house. So, like Ross said, don't half-ass do something like put like that. Listen, guys, it's so serious.
When you say he the head, that doesn't mean as far as being the head. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean being dominant. That doesn't mean to dominate.
Yeah.
You know, when you're the head, your wife still has an opinion. Her ideas still matter. She's still a part. You know, it's like head and tail. Yeah. You know, when you the head, you're responsible for everything and everybody and all the decisions that go on in your house. Your decisions affect everybody in your house.
Sir.
That's what being the head means, and leading in the right way and in a godly way. Not, you gonna do it. That ain't the head. You dominate your marriage and don't dominate each other.
Yes.
And we'll get into that on a whole nother
podcast.
Yeah. Let me tell you what you tell her. That's what let me tell you what I told my wife. Tell you, this is something that you can say, and you'll be alright.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, baby, I can go anywhere to eat, but I can only come to you to get fed.
It gotta have smooth.
I can go anywhere to eat, but I can only come to you to get fed.
Well, baby, I guess I'll go ahead. That damn show made me want to cook some corn. That made me want to cook for him.
Hey,
what you say, baby?
that's in my mental note.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
lock that down.
I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket.
Look, I should have told y'all that off camera.
Yeah. We gotta take that off, man. That's too sweet right there. We gotta have a man conference. That's something that you gotta put on a man conference.
You might get lucky. You tell her that.
That's what. But listen.
Be a good night.
Yes. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, stop acting like it's an accident. Like, that's what I'm saying. You go in that mind frame. I go to work. I come home. I watch TV. I wanna relax. Don't bother me. The kids, all that. See, that's why it's so important to control your mentality. It's not an on and off switch. Like, the great people, they don't have an on and off switch. It's just on. Kobe Bryant, it's on. You know what I'm saying? Everything what he did, he dedicated to that at that time. So when he played basketball, he was strictly basketball. And it's kind of like Corn said earlier, when you have 5 or 6 or 7 buckets, it's not saying it can't be done, but it's only 24 hours in a day and you got a family.
You're going to be average at all those buckets.
Yes.
You'll never be great at anything.
That's what is so important to just say, listen, let me just be a better husband. Start there. Let me be a better father. You know, we ain't telling you to quit your job, get into entrepreneurship. This is not for everybody, but I would encourage you. Let me go home and kiss the back of my wife's neck. You know, when she standing up washing dishes, you come behind her and you just give her that for another one.
Yeah. We talking about winning. You know, setting the right goals. You know, getting the right process in place for you to start winning in 2021. Because that's what it's about, man. We just finished our first 2 weeks. You know, it's still the beginning. You still got time to go out and put together a program that's specifically designed for you and your family to take it to the next level. But you start with your goals. You start with the end in mind, and then you create tangible steps and get those small wins every day.
Yes, sir.
So you can really start seeing it. And once you start seeing it, everybody else will start seeing it, and you won't have to go tell nobody nothing.
Yes, sir.
And so, just put your best foot forward. And let's move through 21 and make it the best year of our life.
Yes, sir.
And make it the most prosperous. You know, and get your faith up. You know, stay prayed up, and stay dedicated to whatever your process is on a day-to-day basis.
Yes.
7 days a week is what it takes.
7 days. No
trying
no
to
hours
elevate. Don't try to drive your car looking in your rear view, because you're never gonna elevate doing this. Always focus on what's in front of you, because if you do, your car gonna crash. Absolutely. So you can't drive your car looking in your rear view. If you're gonna jump out there, go on and do it. Faith, faith, and faith. You have faith and keep faith, and you pray, and you'll see so much elevate in your life as far whatever you're trying to do. If you got the willpower, it'll happen.
Yes. Man, we had a great show. Feel like it was one of our best shows. I hate my cousin wasn't here, Trey, but we gonna be praying for y'all. So y'all pray for us. Thank you for being part of this journey. We thank you because you can be watching anything, but we glad that you want to spend time with us and check us out on our podcast. And I mean, I know you loved it. I mean, how can you not love this face? Maybe not that face and that face, but you love this face. So, with that being said, man, we love y'all. Rose, you gonna say the prayer going out?
Yes, sir. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for letting us come before you to instill the message that we have for these people. Keep instilling us and blessing us, Lord. Just keep molding us into the men that you want us to be as fathers, husbands, friends, mentors. Just keep giving us the knowledge to be great in life, Lord, just to keep advancing and getting to higher levels and being able to give back, Lord. We're just going to keep living through you, living for you, and wrapping your arms around us as we go out and fight the world, Lord. Just continue to instill everybody around the world, even though that all this is going on, that everything will be all right, Lord. And this too shall pass, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. All right.
King talk.
Oh, I'm old. My knees. Well, I hit that gym today.